Elon Musk was answering questions at a public event. The audience was full of curious people asking about rockets, Mars, and Tesla. Suddenly, a little girl stood up and walked to the microphone. She looked confident but curious. "Mr. Musk," she said in a clear voice, "do you believe in God?" The entire room went silent. People stopped what they were doing and turned their attention to the stage. Elon Musk leaned forward, a small smile on his face. "That's an interesting question." He said, "Why do you ask?" The girl didn't hesitate. "My dad says you believe in science but not in God." "Is that true?" Some people in the audience laughed softly, but Elon Musk stayed serious. He nodded thoughtfully before answering. "Well, I believe science explains a lot about the universe," he said, "but there are still so many things we don't understand. Big questions like who we are, why we're here, and how everything started." "What do you think?" The girl smiled. "I think God made everything." The stars, the planets, and U.S. Musk looked at her with interest. "That's a beautiful way to see it." He said, "I think about the universe every day, and sometimes I wonder if there's something bigger than all of us out there." The audience stayed quiet, waiting to hear what the girl would say next. Elon Musk paused for a moment, looking thoughtful. He seemed to choose his words carefully. "You know," he said, "I've always been fascinated by the universe. It's so big, so mysterious, and full of things we don't understand when I see the stars. I wonder, how did all of this begin? Was it just science, or could there be something else behind it all? Something we can't see or measure?" Yet the little girl tilted her head. "Like God?" she asked. Musk smiled. "Maybe some people call it God. Some call it the laws of nature. I think it's okay to not know all the answers. What's important is to keep asking questions." The girl nodded. "I ask a lot of questions." She said proudly, "My dad says." "I ask too many," Musk chuckled. "That's the best thing you can do. Asking questions is how we learn and discover new things, even when we build rockets or try to go to Mars. It all starts with one question." What if the girl thought about this for a moment, then asked, "Do you think science will ever find all the answers?" Musk leaned back slightly. "Maybe someday we'll understand more, but I'm not sure we'll ever know everything. The universe is so big it feels like there will always be new mysteries to explore, and that's what makes it exciting." The audience listened carefully, intrigued by the conversation. The little girl seemed to have more on her mind. The little girl looked at Elon Musk with curiosity and asked, "Do you ever pray, Mr. Musk?" The room became even quieter. It was a bold question, and the audience seemed eager to hear his answer. Musk smiled a little surprised. "Pray," he repeated, pausing to think. "I don't pray in the traditional way, like in a church or temple, but sometimes when I look at the stars or work on something that could help humanity, it feels like a kind of prayer. It's my way of connecting to something bigger than myself." The girl's eyes widened. "So you do pray?" Musk nodded thoughtfully in a way. "Yes. Every time I work on projects like SpaceX, I feel like I'm trying to reach out to the universe to understand it, and maybe even to thank it for existing. It's my way of showing respect for how amazing it all is." The little girl leaned closer to the microphone, her voice soft but clear. "I think God listens to you even if you don't pray, like other people." Some people in the audience smiled and a few clapped, quietly. Musk chuckled and said, "That's a lovely thought. Maybe you're right. Maybe the universe or whatever created it listens in its own way." The girl grinned clearly, pleased with his answer. Musk looked at her with admiration. "You have a very wise way of thinking." He said, "Never lose that curiosity and openness. It's how great things are discovered." The audience seemed moved by the exchange, and the little girl looked proud of herself for asking such a big question. The little girl smiled and asked, "Do you think I can find answers about God and the universe?" "When I grow up?" Elon Musk nodded his expression, encouraging absolutely. You're already asking big questions. And that's where every discovery begins. The answers might not be easy to find, but that's what makes the who knows. Maybe one day you'll build something even greater than SpaceX to explore those answers. The girl's eyes lit up. I want to learn more about the stars, Musk smiled. That's a great place to start. The stars have been guiding humans for thousands of years. They remind us how small we are, but also how much we can achieve if we keep exploring. The audience clapped warmly as Musk continued. Never stop being curious whether you're exploring science, faith, or something. In between, it's your questions that will lead you to amazing discoveries. The girl nodded confidently, her curiosity clearly sparked. Even more, Musk smiled again, watching as she walked back to her seat, leaving the audience inspired by her bravery and his thoughtful words.